and then some. And remember, going back more than 10 years before 9/11, all of the internal manuals we've been sent and that we've published over and over again, they never started making national news till 3 years ago. You go back to Road to Terror and other films, I've got the manuals right there. It's never about Arab or Muslim terrorists. It's all flag-waving, gun-owning, red-blooded people who aren't communist. You are the enemy. The subversives are the people that hijack the government, and they're not communist. The real political spectrum is communism at the grassroots to make you dependent, but not calling it communism, and then a corporate fascist system above it directing government to shut down all its competition. That's what should be taught in political science classrooms, and I've had them laugh at me for more than a decade, but now it's catching on. The term that I've always used, crony capitalist, is now caught on, and you bankers are in trouble. We have now identified you.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lungs system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lungs system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lungs system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lungs system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. This holiday season, more than half of our nation is in need of help due to the shattered economy. So now is the time to express the holiday spirit more than ever. Consider helping those you love with the most important gift, a supply of delicious, easy-to-fix, and very storable foods from eFoodsDirect.com. Their holiday gift and family packs start at $99 for a 16-day supply. While their 5-week supply of quick and easy-to-fix meals includes a personal backpack in case of a grab-and-go emergency. Order their combo gift pack, and you'll save hundreds, plus get free shipping on your entire order. Call eFoods today at 800-409-5633 or visit them online at eFoodsDirect.com/Alex to find the special. That's 800-409-5633 or eFoodsDirect.com/Alex. You can bet your life on eFoods Direct.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you'll love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Again, just during the break, I saw Newt Gingrich on Fox television. And they had the headline under him, Newt Gingrich gaining ground after slow start. Newt Gingrich, in fact, I meant to get to this a few weeks ago. I got to dig the book out and to go to the quotes again. He wrote the foreword to 2 of the Toffler's books back in the 80s, where he calls for the end of American sovereignty and a global government. This is a guy who they put in there to take control of the conservative revolution in 1994. This is a guy who will say a lot of the right things on TV, but was taken from obscurity as a Georgia professor and made the Speaker of the House of Representatives because he is total New World Order. And most people don't even know this. He supported the carbon taxes. Newt Gingrich has supported gun control. Newt Gingrich has supported all sorts of horrible things, and I tell conservatives this, and they look at me like I'm a liar, when they could just type into a search engine, Newt Gingrich, does climate commercial with Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this is the type of stuff that we're dealing with as a society, and Herman Cain running around proposing new taxes, and he headed up the Federal Reserve in Kansas City. You see, they're trying to muddy the waters here to make all of this about either you're against Wall Street, which signifies the free market, or you're against Washington. The Tea Party is against Washington, we're told, and is right-wing, and Occupy Wall Street is leftist and against the free market. Instead, we should be honest and say, okay, Wall Street is just a name of tens of thousands of companies. What about the big mega banks that actually lobby? Let's see how Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan and Wells Fargo and Bank of America and Citibank, how are they lobbying? What do they give their money to? And when you go look up who gives money to Handgun Control Incorporated, you can just type in who funds Handgun Control Incorporated, or who funds Metcha or La Raza, or if you type in who funds North American Union Initiative, or you type in who's funding single-payer health care program, or if you type in who's funding every issue you can imagine, it's the big mega banks. The biggest funder across the board, from the Nature Conservancy to the Sierra Club, is Goldman Sachs. Their former presidents and vice presidents run all the groups. Go look it up. These big so-called free market bankers, when you actually dig into it, are funding the subversion of our basic liberties, of private property, of the freedom of mobility, everything. They are the ones driving our government. They are the mega banks on record that literally in Latin America, Africa, Asia, Middle East will spend decades getting their president, their prime minister in, former vice presidents of theirs, literally in 50 or so countries I've looked up, all the big ones they're taking down. They'll have the finance minister, just like in Greece, just like in Ireland, just like in Iceland, just like in Spain, just like in France, just like in the U.S., and it's literally an intelligence group. It's a private mafia that operates with government security clearances and runs everything. They're the ones financing taking your guns. They're the ones financing Animal ID, Premises ID, Food Safety Act, written by Big Agra to shut down your farm and ranch. They are a corporate Borg that leaves nothing unscorched. It is a scorched earth policy of total domination. And then they fund, on record, and come out and endorse Occupy Wall Street a month ago. Adbusters and others on record, George Soros-connected groups, openly 3 months ago put the call out to Occupy Wall Street on the October date, the early October date. I forget the day it started, October 3rd or something. Well-meaning people hear the general call as, we're tired of corruption on Wall Street. They show up, and the operatives show up to try to organize them and control them into a group that they can now aim at what's left of America and play the Tea Party, co-opted by Republicans, off against Occupy Wall Street, that's been co-opted and occupied by the Democrats. All part of the same dialectic. Instead of looking at the hands and looking at the arms, look at the head. Look at the brain that's running it. When you start thinking like that, full spectrum, deep analysis, historical review, understanding of different strategies that are employed against populations in the great game, divide and conquer, balkanization, divide and rule, stratagems by the different apparatchiks that are involved in this, then you will suddenly see it and understand it, and it will be so simple, you're like, that wasn't complex. It's like in the 80s, those paintings that came out where it was find the hidden image. You'd step back and you'd look at it and you'd look again, and as soon as you relaxed, you'd go, oh, it's a dolphin, or it's a man's face, or, you know, it's whatever. As soon as you stepped back, you were able to see it. And it's the same thing here. As soon as you just step back, think outside the box and look, and you'll go, oh my gosh. And of course, everybody instinctively says, oh, there's no difference between the parties, they're all controlled, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, what does that really mean? Well, it means if somebody real comes along, like a Ron Paul, who actually has a perfect constitutional voting record, who never sells out, who isn't a chameleon, who stands out like a yellow school bus in the middle of a field, the whole system, A, ignores him. When they're forced to cover him, they demonize him and say he can't win because he is a literal antidote to the system. So if you go out and vote for Mitt Romney because you think he's the winner, well, you're just as stupid as the Obama supporters who thought he was going to fix it all. But remember, Mitt Romney, if he wins, is there to sell you out. But as soon as he gets into office, Democrats will attack him, whatever he's doing, and then you will suddenly support him in a tribal rah-rah for your team, and that's how they fool you. Just like Democrats support Obama when Republicans attack him, but the Republicans will generally attack him for things that they were already doing themselves. And at a certain point, they really are attacking each other, but they're only fighting over who gets to be the most powerful in those positions at the pig trough. They're not actually fighting over intellectual issues. Now, again, I know most of the audience understands this, but I would like to hear from Occupy Wall Street people that disagree with me. I'd like to hear from Mitt Romney supporters that disagree with me. I'd like to hear from Herman Cain supporters. I'd like to hear from all you Obama people that got so mad at me when I made the Obama deception and were trying to boycott us and threatening us and dirty tricks and everything else we went through when we exposed exactly what Obama would do, because we know what we're talking about, because we're not in the dark. We're not into being bamboozled. We don't like being gamed and hustled and scammed and suckered and screwed and cheated and robbed and raped and laughed at. We don't think that's funny. I don't want my children growing up in a police state. I want my private property. I want my right to practice my religion, or lack of it, depending on what your view is. I want my life, and I want to be left alone, and I don't want to be a slave like 90% of people in this world are living in countries that may call themselves somewhat free, but you look at it closely, they're not. In America, there's two different worlds living together at the same time. There's the homeland, that is the modern name of the New World Order, private Federal Reserve, occupation. There's the homeland. There's this globalist system, and America is this homeland empire, or the giant cyclops that the bankers trot out to dominate whoever they're going after. And then you've got the old republic under it. And the homeland is dissolving the republic.